Welcome back to the channel. We've got a brand new event in NHL 21. I'm super stoked to go over this one because it is one of my favorites so far. It is the NHL 2030 event. Yes, you heard that right. It is basically a Young Stars event highlighting some of the best young players in the NHL. So I'm really excited to go over this one. It's going to work a little bit differently than past events, so we'll go and break all that down. Guys, don't forget, for the next few days, until the 17th, G Fuel using my code NOSLEEVES will get you 30% off your entire order. Go grab some snow cone or hype sauce. Those are the best flavors. All right, guys, let's get into today's video. All right, so as always, we'll go through all the players first. We'll kick things off with the 85 overall Sam Steele from the Ducks with Speedster and Gladiator. So as an 85 with Speedster, you're always going to get some love, in all honesty, as just a base card team. This is actually a pretty usable card. 5'11", so a little bit smaller, but with Speedster, 88 speed before distributor, gets his wrist shot above 91 power. It's actually a pretty nice card, and low-key is defensively, stick checking and defensive awareness at 88, not bad either. So this is actually a pretty good buy or investment for anyone that is looking for a cheap left-handed winger. I wouldn't put him at center. He's got 80 face-off, so I'd move on from that, but not a bad left-handed option, especially early on in your team build. Then we've got the 85 overall TOBIAS BJÖRNFOT from the LA Kings with Howitzer and Workhorse, which are two really good synergies, obviously. With distributor activated, you might actually be able to get away with this because he's got 89 speed with that activated. His slap shot power up to 94 with Workhorse. Again, this is actually a really nice card, left-handed defenseman, for anyone starting out early on, especially if you have distributor activated. Stick checking's at 90, which is great. The only downfall is that in his own zone, he's going to struggle a little bit, but you could pair him with someone a lot bigger to help out there. But actually, pretty good card for, again, the lower, the base card teams. You started at Christmas, that kind of team. Not a bad card at all. Then we've got the 86 Connor Zary, 6 foot, 174 with Thief and Workhorse. So with Thief activated, you actually get this up to 90 on the draws, which is great. And then Workhorse really helps round this card out, because if you have Workhorse activated and get distributor activated, he's got 89 speed, and his shot is right around 90 as well. Again, these are some great cards for anyone that is just starting out. If you're free to play, that kind of thing, and especially if you have Thief. We're going to show you a master set a little bit later on that actually really helps out towards this, so not a bad card at all, and someone that I would look at, again, if you're using a free-to-play team. Then we've got the 86 Shane Wright with Speedster, gets it up to 90 overall speed. And again, with Thief, I mean, you could use him and Zary on the back end, and you've got really high face-off ratings overall. Look at his shot, too. 96 shot power, 87 accuracy. And if you have Spark, acceleration up to 88, like this is actually, 88. This is actually a usable card right out of the gate. Again, they've done great job with the synergies on these lower cards to make them useful. So a really interesting card here with Shane Wright. Moving on next, we've got the 86 Nick Suzuki. Habs fans are going to love him. And this card, again, is usable with the synergies. You get Workhorse activated, acceleration up to 91, and the distributor with speed, with his speed, will get it up to 91 as well. His shot in the mid-80s. Like, this isn't a super awesome card because he's going to be a right-handed winger. There's a lot of options at right-handed wing. But for any Habs fan, you're not really going to notice a big detriment to put him on your team. So I wouldn't really look for this card if I wasn't a Habs fan or a Nick Suzuki fan. But nonetheless, this is actually a really usable card. Then we've got Jack Studnicka from the Boston Bruins. I believe an ex-Ice Dog as well with Gladiator and Wingman. So at center with only 81 on the faceoff, that means he's a right-handed winger. Does have 86 speed, but with Wingman gets it up to 88. Not bad, but his shot accuracy is really low. Just not enough for me here. I don't like the synergy combo. Isn't terrible. Gladiator not very good, but Wingman is good. But nonetheless, there's other options at right-handed winger. Like, I'd rather have base Stamkos than this card. Then we've got the 86 Jake Oettinger, 6'4". And again, one of the bigger cards at 6'4" with Spark and Barrage. You're still in a situation here where he's not going to be good enough, and his synergy combo doesn't really help you out enough. So this would be a pass for me. Then we've got the 86 Jared McIsaac with Howitzer. again, on left defense. So at 87 speed before distributor, and then his shot power up to 92. His hand stats are all really rough, but defensively he's great. 89 stick checking, 88 defensive awareness, and 89 body checking. With shutdown activated, it helps him out a little bit more. And again, there is quite a few defensemen that run shutdown, so it's not out of the realm of possibility you have it activated. But again, another usable card with the lower overalls. This event is really helping out free-to-play guys. Then we've got the 86 Barrett Hayton from the Phoenix Coyotes with howitzer. At center, only 80 on the faceoff, so not really going to be useful there. With howitzer activated, again, his speed will get up to 89, but I think that there's a lot other options I'd rather have. The wrist shot accuracy and slap shot accuracy just a little low at 84. I think that you could do better on that, so this would be a pass for me. Although shutdown on him, it makes the slap shot accuracy a little bit better, but not nearly as important on a forward. Then we've got the 86 Mario Ferraro, my man from the San Jose Sharks. Had a good game last night. 86, and that was a mess if you guys watched that Sharks game. But nonetheless, 86 speed, 86 acceleration. He's got the 89 wrist shot power. Slap shot, though, 90 slap shot power. If you get shutdown activated, you can get up to 85. So you have him and McIsaac. You could get shutdown activated. Body checking at 87, which helps the fact he's only 5'11". Honestly, as a Sharks fan, I probably would get him as a Sharks fan, but outside of that, not enough. He kind of needs a skating synergy to separate himself. So, but nonetheless, a really cool card. Then we've got the 87 Rasmus Sandin from the Leafs on the back end again, 5'11", with only 85 skating, and no skating synergy. Just a pass for me. I think that there's far too many other options, even if you are free to play. I would rather have the base OEL than this card, but his shot is nice, and his body checking is okay to make up for the fact he's 5'11", but still, I think that there are better options. Then we've got the 87 Samuel Montembeault from the Florida Panthers with barrage and distributor. He's a good build with 77 aggression at 6'3", but I don't think I would invest in him just because, again, distributor is nice, but barrage is, again, the 14 base synergy you want to activate. He could be decent, but I don't think his glove high is enough. His aggression is nice, but this would be a pass. Then we've got the 88 Connor Zary, 6 foot with Thief and Workhorse. So taking a look at this card again, with Thief and Workhorse activated, you can get that acceleration up to 89. And then the shot is all above 90. And again, Thief getting his faceoffs up to 92. And honestly, a really fun looking card in all honesty here. Then we've got the 88 Robert Thomas, who actually really loves playing his Chell. He's actually a pretty good HUT and 3v3 player. Anyways, he's got Speedster, getting his speed up to 89 before Distributor, so that bumps it to 92. His shot is in the 90s in terms of his wrist shot power. Again, this is a pretty well-rounded card, to be honest with you. I wish he had better face-offs or Thief instead of Magician, but nonetheless, this is a usable card for anyone that is looking for a right-handed winger. Then we've got Nick Suzuki, so there are a few cards that are going to get upgrades, and we'll talk about that in a little bit because we've got Workhorse on this one, and this Nick Suzuki definitely usable because he comes out of the gate with a lot more stats as well in terms of his skating, so I like this one quite a bit more. You could definitely use this one even if you're not a Habs fan. Then finally, the 88 Jack Studnicka, again with Wingman and Gladiator. I still wouldn't use him. 83 face-off with nothing else to help out, so this is still another pass even with the 88. So then we've got the upgraded 88 Jake Ottinger at 6'4". This is a little bit better, but it's still the same thing. Your goaltenders need to help you out with 2 synergies, in my opinion, if you're going to use one. However, this could be a starting tendy just because he's got 78 aggression as well as 89 glove high, which is okay. So this would be a test. You guys would have to let me know, though. Then we've got the 88 Martin Nakash, who I really like as a player. 6'2" with howitzer, 89 speed, 93 agility, and then his shot power above 90 as well. A really good all-around card, again, at 6'2". Before Distributor, if you have that activated, obviously going to get a speed above 90. So a nice well-rounded card for anyone that can't afford the right-handed master set items that are out there already. And we've got the 88 version of Jared McIsaac, which obviously just that much better. So howitzer on this card makes him extremely usable. Defensively, he's fantastic. Hand stats are a little bit left to be desired, but his shot, speed, and defensive stats are great. This could be a really, really fun card as well. And we've got the 88 Mario Ferraro, and again, just like the lesser version, not like his synergy combo just doesn't help him out enough. I like his shot power at 92, but it's his speed at 87, getting up to 90 with distributor is nice. But again, the synergy combo just not good enough in my opinion. However, he's not going to be a detriment to your team. Then we've got the 88 Noah Dobson, 6'3" with wingman and workhorse. He's really slow, so 86 speed at max with distributor. His shot's nice, defensively he's great, but yeah, like even with wingman and workhorse, you could get his acceleration up to 94 and all of his other stats, but the top end speed is going to be tough. If you paired him with someone fast, then sure, but this was probably a pass. Just a weird build here for me. And then the 89, KAILER YAMAMOTO with workhorse. Obviously a very good skater. 92 speed with distributor, acceleration up to 93, and then all 93 shooting. His hand stats are all above basically 95. Defensively in his own zone, though, he's going to be a disaster. But stick checking 93, defensive awareness at 90 is nice. This is a fun-looking card, honestly, especially if you have workhorse activated. And then we've got the 89, Ilya Samsonov, 6'3" with spark. Again, aggression is great. His stats are awesome. It's just he's not helping you out with synergies, and that makes it tough for a goalie. This does look like it could be a really, really good goaltender card. One of the more highlighted ones in this event is going to be the 90 Quinn Hughes. He's got 91 speed and acceleration out of the gate. His shot is right around 90. Defensively, again, this is where it's going to be tough. 5'10", only 82 body checking. He's not bumping anyone off the puck. Stick checking, you're going to have to rely on that, which I never like to in the defensive zone. And then shutdown is okay. Like the lamp is, again, I think more for forwards. Again, Quinn Hughes is a really popular card, and his I believe, Lit versus Grit card was actually quick enough early on in the year to be really useful. All right, now, so let's talk about the master items. We're going to kick things off with the 92 Victor Olofsson, 5'11", has Swarm, Passing Playmaker, and Gladiator. So not a good synergy combo. Swarm does make him useful, though, in terms of trying to build like a God squad. But in a vacuum, 91 speed and acceleration before anything, and then high 90 shooting is great. So definitely a useful left-handed winger. This is a great-looking card. There isn't a lot of good lefty wingers. And it has Swarm, which is okay. It's just the other two are just so secondary when it comes to synergies that you're probably not going to get those activated. And even if you do, they're kind of improving things that are already okay. But nonetheless, this is a really good card. Then we've got the 92 Philippe Myers, 6'5". This is a biggie with Barrage. So unfortunately not a great team-based synergy. Has wingman, though, so 87 speed, gets it up to 90 with distributor, but then his acceleration, which I feel is extremely important for defensemen, could be 93 with spark as well, but even just at 90 with wingman activated is super key. Defensively, he's perfect. 6'5" with 97 body checking, 96 stick checking, and 94 defensive awareness. This is inside the top 3 best right-handed defensemen in the game. The only thing that hurts him is his synergies. But if you look, shutdown with Barrage gets his slap shot to be almost perfect. That's insane when you think about it. So a really, really good card. Then we've got the 92 Dominic Kubalik with Distributor, Magician, and Wingman. So Magician, again, not one you're looking to activate, but Wingman is. Distributor gets it up to 89, which is, it's capped at 89 then. His shot is perfect. Stick checking and defensively, he's amazing. Hand stats are awesome. The only knock is his speed is only 89, and he's 6'2", so he'll play a little bit more sluggish, but I wouldn't be too worried about that. Again, if you have Draisaitl, and you're okay with him, this is basically the Leon Draisaitl. Like, if you look at his build, his card, everything like that, it's just with lesser synergies in terms of only 1 point each. But a fantastic card all the way around, and a really fun one. I wish his speed is a little bit higher, but really no complaints. Then we've got the 92 Jack Hughes with Spark. So basically, here's a 99 left-handed skater. This is probably going to be the most sought-after card in this release. So Spark, if you have Distributor 2, that's 98, so you're talking 99 speed, acceleration, and agility. His endurance is really low at 82, which can counter that, which means, that's tough, but nonetheless, his shot is above 95, hand stats above 95. In his own zone, he's going to be rough because he's only got 79 body checking and he's 5'10", but 93 stick checking and 92 defensive awareness. Fantastic card. I think the one that everyone is going to want outside of Philippe Myers. Then we've got the 92 Adam Fox with Balanced, Gladiator, and Workhorse. So Balanced and Gladiator, not ones you're going to activate. Workhorse does make this card a little bit more interesting. So this is the more speedy version of the Philippe Myers. He's right-handed defenseman. However, it's tough because this, with Spark and Swarm activated, or Spark and Distributor activated, obviously his skating is fantastic. This is a really good card. It just, the only thing I think of is like the 92 Erik Karlsson, very, very similar, and I think I'd rather have Karlsson, but nonetheless a very good card, especially for Rangers fans. This is awesome. And then the 92 Justice Anunin. If you played NHL 20, this was the GOAT goaltender to go out and get. He's got Distributor and Swarm, Heart and Soul, obviously not when you activate. Thank God it's only 1 point because Vasilevsky would have tanked in value. That being said, guys, take a look at his stats because he is not being... The Master Set goaltenders are not being impacted by the stat caps for being taller. So there's a reason why David Riddick, the Christmas one, even though that's a meme for me recommending Rene last year, Riddick has been playing really well because he's 6'4", taking advantage of his height, and also not being impacted because of his stat cap. So 67 aggression with all 90 stats, this potentially could be the best goaltender in the game. I'd still rather have Vasilevsky because of it, but this is going to be a force in net. Then taking a look at the 93s. They are basically the same. The synergies don't change, so it's still 3 points. But just take a look at this Jack Hughes. He's going to have 99 speed across the board. He does have Thief as well, so if you have Thief activated, you can get him up to where it's okay to play him at center. This is a fantastic looking card. No lie. One of the best. So, all right, now let's take a look at the sets. All right, so it's going to work just like the other ones in terms of 50 gold players. So 50 gold players will get you a gold collectible. Here's the net first set. It is a choice of one of two players for 5 gold collectibles. Guys, there is no way I recommend you do that. There's zero chance. That is a 250,000 coin risk for a non-master set item. You will not pull a master set item in this set, so do not do this in all honesty. Then we've got the random 92 overall master item for 15 gold collectibles. Again, it's tradable, but that's such a risk. However, I don't think that there's any weak spots in this. It's not like the team of the year where if you got Makar, you were kind of let down because of just the fantasy Makar being out and then all the other options that were there. Getting any of these, even Justice Anunin would be a great goaltender, I think, but you could get him, which would hit him, but it's tough. I wish that the tradable versions were out there for sure. Then we've got the 92. So basically what has to happen, guys, is you do the single player challenges, the offline challenges, and you'll get the 75 overall card, and then you do those plus 12 gold collectibles, which is not a lot when you consider the team of the year and things like that. That's a much cheaper investment to get the 92 untradeable. When talking about the untradeable, guys, I always recommend never do untradeable, always go for tradable. This Jack Hughes, this is the only one I would recommend you can do and make it untradeable. And the reason for it is he has end game speed. Like, no matter what that they release, he will always be as fast as whatever 99 that comes out. So while he does lack, defensive stats and whatnot, this card, no matter what, you can use for the rest of the game. So if you are going to make one and you're looking for the best value and whatnot, it's this 92 Jack Hughes for sure. I would say Philippe Myers because I low-key think he is more important. That card is going to be a force, but there is a chance by the end of the season that like the speed factor might be a little too much. But nonetheless, that would be my second choice. Like, you could get him and use him for the rest of the year just based on his size. It just, there might come a point in time where he's a little bit slow compared to some other top-end defensemen. But those two are the easy ones to go out and get. Now we'll take a look at the store. So, like always, we've got that one untradeable pack. So, 14 items, including a gold collectible and a guaranteed 83-plus overall item. Gold collectibles are still worth 50,000 coins. So, I still would not recommend it. I mean, if you know you're going to make one, like if you are going to make Jack Hughes or whatever, somebody, if you're going to make one of those cards, then I would recommend it. But I wouldn't just do this because, you want to save a gold collectible for some time in the future, something like that. If you are going to for sure make it, then I would, because at least then you're guaranteeing yourself a shot at, Quinn Hughes or something like that. So keep that in mind. Outside of these other ones, I love the name for these. Big Flex Bruh. 35 items, at least 20 players with 182 overall. Not worth it in my opinion. 25 items, at least 8 players with 2 gold or better. Again, the odds are slightly better than base ones, but these are the packs, guys. The Jumbo Elite, so 20 items with at least 1180 plus golds. These are pretty good cards if you're spending money on the game, as well as the Mega Pack, just because you're getting at least 15 gold players. So that's at least 15,000 coins that you're making. I wouldn't buy any of these with packs or with money, but yeah, if you're gonna buy packs, it's these two over everything else. All right, guys, so that is gonna do it for today's video. The new event. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. This event looks awesome. Well, regardless, subscribe to the channel for daily NHL content. Use code NOSLEEVES for 30% off your G Fuel purchases over the next 3 days. And I'll see you next time.